we'll each test. All tests that you will. This is the mic test for FAU versus Memphis. Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the mic test for the FAU versus Memphis basketball. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Test 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the second test.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic 2. FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. I'm Maddox Greenberg. With me is Chris Talt. Coming off of a close victory over UAB on the road Wednesday, the 10-6 FAU Owls welcome the 7-7 Memphis Tigers. The Tigers are riding a 3-game win streak with their most recent victory against Rice almost a week ago, 76-70. Chris, these teams are very new from where they were last season, with FAU returning only 5 players, but Memphis having no returning players in the roster. What do both teams need to do to get the win today?
Well, you know, Maddox, today, talking college basketball, like Memphis, no returning players. That's college athletics in today's world. And for the matchup, in their win. Memphis is on a 3-game winning streak, their second 3-game winning streak of their season, tied for the most they've had all year. And FAU looking to get their third win in their second straight game.
And speaking of Cannon Carlisle, leading the Owls is Cannon Carlisle and Devin Vanderbilt, who both had combined 44 points, more than half of their 76 points in their last game against UAB. Leading the Tigers is Doug McDaniel, the transfer from Kansas State, who's averaging 14.5 points, which is 13th in the American. The Tigers are 3rd in the American, while the Owls sit at 4. We'll be back with starting rotation and tip-off. For Chris Talt, I'm Maddox Greenberg, and you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. Moments away from the opening service will be Doug McDaniel, Zach Davis, Hassan Abdul Hakim, Ashton Hardaway, and Aaron Bradshaw. Starting lineups for FAU will be Isaiah Elohim, Kanan Carlisle, Devin Vanterpool, Devin Williams, and Xander Pentalon.
And Maddox, FAU wearing their home white uniforms, Memphis wearing their rose blue. It is a white out here in the alley. Fans got white shirts entering, and they will also be waving white towels around today. It's going to be an exciting game battle of two of the top teams in the American Conference. And we'll see if FAU can get a roll going here and coming in winning one game against UAB, and Memphis on a 3-game winning streak.
Leading at the lineup in the circle will be for Memphis, Aaron Bradshaw, 7'1" forward, and being with them will be Devin Williams, the 6'10" redshirt sophomore forward from UCLA in his first year with FAU. Memphis, as Chris said, in blue, FAU in home white. Bell the horn rings, and circle, and Bradshaw and Memphis win the tip-off. The Memphis Tigers moving from left to right. Doug McDaniel as front to right. At the front or left. Moves out to Holloway. Back out to King. And out of the hands of Bradshaw will be FAU ball.
And just a little miscommunication there between McDaniel and Bradshaw underneath the paint. Good idea by McDaniel.
Baseline pass from Vanterpool over to Elohim.
And something else paying attention about today, other than Doug McDaniel, Memphis has great length and great size. So we'll see if that causes any trouble for FAU.
Stolen away by Elohim to Doug McDaniel. Goes in a fast break onto the right side of the court. Abdul Hakim gets taken down by Williams, no whistle. Vanderpool almost loses the ball, saved by taken away by Abdul Hakim. Lobs up for Bradshaw. Into the basket, taken away spot, but Bradshaw gets the bucket in, and the Tigers are on the board first. Inbound baseline pass again from Devin Vanterpool, the redshirt sophomore guard from Laurel, Maryland, the oldest player on this team in his third year. Vanterpool hands ball up to Kanan Carlisle. To Ashton Hardaway, the son of the head coach Penny Hardaway. From the top of the key, can't connect. Top of the key, can't connect. Elohim with the ball for FAU. Goes the other way onto the front court right. And over Davis.
And Elohim being aggressive, attacking the hoop. Beautiful float.
McDaniel on the left side of the court. Throws ball across. Davis sends it to Bradshaw. Who's open, but cannot get the bucket in. Pentalon for FAU to Elohim. And McDaniel tried to interfere with that, and was the last one to touch it. So he's saying FAU ball on the far side, away from us, at the left side of the court. Inbound pass, Vanterpool, Williams finds Carlisle at the left wing. Double team, Williams open at the top of the key, and rattles out. McDaniel in the fast break. On the left side, pushes out to Davis, and his foot is out of bounds, and the fans in the front row immediately pointed to the refs that Davis was out of bounds. The referees also saw it. So going the other way for FAU. Carlisle inbound pass, Vanterpool. Jogging dribble from right to left. Guarded by Abdul Hakim. Zigzag pass, Hakim to Williams at the top of the key. Down to the right wing, finds Elohim, and a foul call on Williams. He's not too pleased with that. Williams,
that's the first foul of the game for either side. First foul for FAU. Looks like Josiah Parker coming in. Josiah Parker has started to find his the freshman is really starting to come to the
Josiah Parker, the true freshman for FAU, the highest word true in program history comes on to 4 now. Hardaway over to Bradshaw. For the 2, Memphis leads with 17:09 in the game clock. Carlisle directing his team. Lobs it to Parker. Goes inside the paint. Blocked by Davis. Somehow saved by Vanderpool. Gives out to Carlisle. 12 on the shot clock at the right wing. Front court right. Creates space against our team. And that is 3. 5-4. FAU gets the lead.
Would love to see Carlisle get hot again. Coming off of a 25-point performance and dynamic score.
A blood team. Bradshaw in the net, but blocked by Williams. Vanderpool on the fast break. One man to beat. That's McDaniel. With a left-handed layup on the right side of the glass. The Owls have a 3-point lead against Memphis early in the game. McDaniel at the right of the Owl logo. Quickly finds Hardaway. Step back. Rattles out. Taken away by Parker. Parker running on the other side. Finds Elohim into the net. And he gets the bucket in. 9-4. FAU with a 5-point lead.
Very good defense, leading the good offense and open opportunities on the outside.
Timeout called by Doug McDaniel. We're under the need a timeout 16-minute mark, so we're taking a break with them. 9-4. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. 9-4 FAU over Memphis early in this game. The Owls on a 7-0 run that lasted almost a minute. Resulted in Memphis calling the timeout. Baseline pass from a couple new players. Sincere Parker in the game. Baseline pass to Curtis Gibbons to third. Gibbons to third. At the left wing, fans chanting defense. Almost in the possession. Gibbons guarded by Carlisle. 10 left on the shot clock. And Julius Thedford tries to get a pump fake blocked by FAU. Going the other way, Memphis FAU ball now. Vanderpool gives out to Parker at the left baseline. Finds Williams from the three, couldn't connect.
So Maddox, Memphis here, brand new 5 into the game, showing how much depth they have.
Memphis, they have 33.6 bench points per game. That's 28th in the nation. So as you said, Chris, they do have a lot of depth on this roster. So does FAU. Parker to Elohim, 16 on the shot clock. Elohim cornered at the left side, right side of the court. Step back jumper, rattles out, taken away by Memphis. And Quente Berry, ball down to Sincere Parker. At the top of the key, off of his leg, but somehow saves it. 14 on the shot clock. And Tariq Ingram creates space and gets a bucket in. And Memphis have now on a little scoring run for the last 4 points. Niccolo Moretti and Maxime Logie coming in for Isaiah Elohim and Devin Williams. Baseline pass will be provided by Caden Carlisle, who scored 25 points in the Owls' 76-70 victory over Rice last Wednesday. Vanderpool with the ball. From right to left, guarded by Gibbons to third. Vanderpool to Carlisle at the right wing, guarded by Gibbons to third. Moretti to Vanderpool. Goes inside the left elbow, back out of Moretti. Carlisle, 7 on the shot clock, step back jumper from 3, rattles out. Saved by Parker, fresh 20 on the clock, and a layup goes in. 11-8 FAU, back up by 3.
Big second chance points by Josiah Parker and FAU on the offensive boards.
Gibbons in third. Finds Ingram at the top of the key. Back out to Quante Berry. Berry creates space in the left baseline, gets right. Back out to Ingram, 12 on the shot clock, guarded by Maxime Logie at the right wing. Vanderpool gets a hand on it. Logie with a save, slips on the ground. Ingram connects with him on the ground. The fans calling for a foul, and they will give the foul to Tariq Ingram in Memphis.
Maxime Logie kind of almost got bailed out by that foul. He almost came close to traveling. Foul called on Ingram. That's Memphis' first foul of the half. So both teams each have 1 foul. No foul trouble so far for either squad.
Caden Carlisle, who transferred from Indiana, also had playtime at Stanford with a baseline pass. Long pass over to Moretti in the fast break. Tipped by Julius Thedford, intended for Parker, and Sincere Parker for Memphis was out of bounds, so he had foul.
Foul called on Parker, a Big East State transfer, so he was with Will Wade last year on their March Madness run. Came off 15-point performance in 21 minutes last time out against Rice.
Sincere Parker is one of 14 transfers on this Memphis roster. And the free throw is good. Vanderpool puts the Owls up by 6, 14-8. Gibbons. Ball on Gibbons to Parker, stolen by Vanderpool. Vanderpool in the fast break. Tries to go for a layup, but a foul called on Curtis Gibbons. Going to be staying FAU ball on the left side of the court. Timeout called by Memphis. And with that, we'll take a little break with them. 14-8 FAU over Memphis. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris, Talt. 14-8, 12:54 to go in the first half as FAU leads Memphis. Call overturned, be Memphis' ball as a baseline pass to Chris Gibbons of Memphis. Walking up to the right side of the court. Back out to Quante Berry. Berry back to Gibbons, almost possession. And Julius Thedford with the three, 14-11. FAU over Memphis, but the Tigers keeping this game within one possession. We're ready.
Memphis 3 of 3 from their last 3 shots in front of the field.
We're ready. Circles around Barry. Dish a quick out to Parker, who's open, but his foot was out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover. Memphis' ball. And that's something the Owls don't have to deal with. Coming out of the first time out, they were on a 7-0 run that lasted less than a minute. And now Memphis is starting to kick things now kicking back into gear. Even this very close game, 14-11. The previous call has been going Memphis' way. Quante Berry, inbound pass to Chris Gibbons. Running over to the front court left. Ashton Harlow with the ball. Doug McDaniel, cornered by Vanderpool at the left wing. Over to Gibbons at the right wing. Guard by Murray. Back out to Doug McDaniel. To Hardaway from the left corner. Rattles out. Somehow saved by Quante Berry. Back to Ashton Hardaway. Along the baseline. Back on the Berry. Open the right corner. Couldn't connect. Logie with the possession. And Vanderpool with the ball now for FAU, right up the court, at the top of the key. Goes into the right side of the lane, step back jumper, and Disco! 16-11. FAU over Memphis. 11:20 to go.
7 points off to a hot start.
Pendulum blocks a layup by Thedford. And Van Moretti on the other side of the court, along the baseline. Trying to find Pentalon, poked away by Quante Berry. So it looked like Pentalon was the last one to touch it.
Although Moretti turned it over there, another block on the defensive end. FAU ranked 11th nationally in blocks per game.
16-11 media timeout. We'll be back after this. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox with Chris Talt. 16-11, FAU over Memphis. 11:06 to go in the first half. Baseline inbound pass provided to Ashton Hardaway. Chris Gibbons, third of the ball for Memphis. McDaniel, Chris Gibbons on the right side of the court. Back out to McDaniel from the left corner in front of the Owls bench. He looks over as he gets the three ball. 16-14. We're ready. At the left side of the Owl logo. Guarded heavily by McDaniel. Great space. Back out of Williams. Finds Pentalon. Hooked out by Julius Stedford. We stay in FAU ball on the far side of the court. Carlisle coming in for the inbound pass for FAU. As Kevin Vanderbilt, Nico Murray exit the game. Also coming in is Johan Sissoko, the freshman from France. Carlisle to Sissoko. 15 on the shot clock. From the right corner, rattles out from the right wing. McDaniel in the fast break. Now slows down the tempo. Dishes it out to Hardaway from the right corner. Couldn't get it. Sissoko with possession for FAU. Run up to the left side of the court. Front court left to Pentalon. Guarded by Thedford. Over to Carlisle at the left baseline. Setback. And bullseye. 18-14.
Good move by Caden Carlisle against a smaller Doug McDaniel. Carlisle doesn't often have that height advantage, but he did there.
Doug McDaniel, the right wing to Julius Thedford, guarded by Pentalon. Thedford under the basket, blocked by Pentalon. Williams with the ball now for FAU. The Owls going the other way. Carlisle at the front court left, guarded by McDaniel. Back out to Pentalon. Rattles out from the left wing.
That block by Pentalon on the last defensive possession, already the Owls' fifth block of the game.
Chris Gibbons at the left wing, guarded by Elohim. Under 10 minutes remaining in the game, Pentalon driven to Bedford, hits the corner of the board, telling the ref about foul. Meanwhile, at the other end, Pentalon gets the bucket in, 20-14 FAU over Memphis. Bedford, Quante Berry, the right wing, now up to the top of the key at the logo, over to Hardaway, guarded by Williams. McDaniel at the right wing, the left wing. 9 on the shot clock. Hardaway back out to McDaniel from the left wing, and bullseye. 20-17, 8:40 remaining. Sissoko. Court now at the center court. Now over to Memphis. This side of the court. Williams to Sissoko, almost loses him. Sissoko spins around the left baseline, and he banks it in. 22-17. FAU back up by 5 over Memphis. Here in the first half. Berry couldn't get the basket in after multiple attempts. Pentalon in the fast break. Open Carlisle, the left wing. Too strong. But one save and the slam. 24-17. And the alley is restless.
The blocks continue to lead to more offense.
Williams is one of the best in the country and blocks. Berry Gibbons over Sissoko. Too strong, hits the front rim. Owls with the ball now. Carlisle at the right elbow. He banks it in. 6-17. Carlisle now has 7 points, tying with Vanderbilt for most points on this Owls roster.
And a 6-0 run.
And McDaniel calls a timeout for Memphis, and the fans are losing here in the alley. Owls on a 6-0 run. That also lasted under 8 minutes. We'll be back after this break. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg, Chris Talt. 26-17, FAU over Memphis with 7:21 remaining in the first half. The Owls are on a 6-0 run in the last minute. Inbound pass from Zach Davis to King Davis under the basket. A foul called on Devin Williams. And we'll wait, get started after the break. Check that, it is Aaron Bradshaw.
Transferred in from Ohio State previously before last season. He was on Kentucky as an All-American coming out of high school. The former 2-number overall recruitment class of 183.
First time at the free throw line for either team. And the rattle is out for Bradshaw, who was 71.8% from the free throw line this season. Vanderpool with the ball for FAU on the left side of the court. Sissoko, front court right. Over to Vanderpool, front court left. Being guarded by Davis. Finds Williams under the basket. He trails it. 8-19. The Owls have the largest lead of the night and continue to grow at 28-19. Stolen by Sissoko on the other end. Sissoko, cross court to Carlisle, mid-range jumper from the left side, too strong, taken away by Doug McDaniel. McDaniel to Davis, back out Sincere Parker, setback, rattles out, too strong. And Sissoko again on the other end, to the left side of the court, running. Foul called on Zach Davis.
That's a third-team foul on Memphis, to FAU's 2. So again, little to no fouls for either side. Just over 6 minutes.
Memphis averages 20.8 personal fouls each game. That's 344th in the nation. Meanwhile, for FAU, 17.9 personal fouls per game. That's tied for 203rd in the nation. So Memphis is constantly getting fouled each game. And a foul as a Mitchell tries to get the ball into the basket, be a foul call on FAU to go in the other end. 28-19, 6:22 remaining in the first half. Doug McDaniel to Abdul Hakim. Back out to Davis. Fake, top of the key three, and he drills it. 28. Trying to create space, going around him, 70 on the shot clock. Back out to Williams. From the left wing, and Disco. 31-22, back up by 9.
Devin Williams smiling at Aaron Bradshaw, who both just traded threes for each team. Going back and forth.
Davis cornered on the baseline, throws it too strong, but saved by Abdul Hakim, the senior. Davis, look at that. Aaron Bradshaw with a 3 and silences the crowd. Top of the key, 31-25. Memphis closes the gap by 6 again. Carlisle, front court left, directing the team over the Vanderpool. Back out to Carlisle from the left wing, rattles out, swatted away by Bradshaw.
Bradshaw at 12 points for the Tigers.
Davis slips on the left side of the court. Fans calling for a traveling call. Don't get it. McDaniel too strong from the left wing. Williams to Vanderpool for the Owls, and the Owls going the other way. To the left side of the court, Vanderpool with 20 on the shot clock. Creating space against Davis. Step back, too strong. And McDaniel with the ball now. Going to the front court left. Looking back at his bench. And slowing the tempo down just a bit. McDaniel, the left wing, finds Bradshaw against Williams. Rattles in, and a foul call on Devin Williams.
And Bradshaw put it up, but tipped it in while it was on the rim. So that's a violation on Aaron Bradshaw. Now they'll give the ball back to the Owls.
This will be a foul on Aaron Bradshaw, so no point for Memphis. It'll be FAU's ball. And Dixie Luke in the game for Devin Williams as Pentalon baseline pass to Carlisle. The Owls moving from right to left. 4:14 remaining in the second half. Whistle called by the official. The foul called on Memphis.
Going to Parker, which is his second, and their team's fourth.
Another foul call on Memphis. That'll be on Sincere Parker, the senior transfer from McNeese State. Carlisle. 20 on the shot clock. The right wing, Pentalon. The left wing goes inside the lane. And underhand, right hand, couldn't connect. Maxime Logie back out of Carlisle. Fake. Steps back again at the mid-range where the left elbow couldn't connect. Maxime Logie took the ball away from Abdul Hakeem. The ball rolls out in space. That made his loss. Hakeem is the last one to touch it.
Maxime Logie giving a lot of effort on the defensive end. That's the third time today he's taken away a ball from Memphis. They're coming up to 4-4 underneath. So good job by Logie. We're at the under 4 timeout on FAU radio. 51 to go here.
Live here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg, Chris Talt, 31-25 FAU over Memphis. The Owls with a 6-point lead. However, they have missed their last 4 field goals. Come out of the time, immediate timeout. A steal from Maxime Logie, his second of the day. Inbound pass provided from Devin Banfield of FAU and from the Memphis' bench over to Carlisle at the front court right. It's set 16 on the shot clock. Banfield at the left on the right side of the court. Double team back out of the Carlisle from the right wing. Couldn't connect. Banfield checked out Logie with a save. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Blocked by at Memphis. We have goaltending for FAU, 33-25. A free 2 for FAU.
That's an N1 for Logan.
3:33 remaining in the first half. Maxime Logan going to the free throw line. He is 64.3% from the free throw line. The sophomore from Lyon, France. Another transfer for FAU from Oregon State. Free throw up for 1. And Too Strong has a back iron. Saved by Memphis. Curtis Givens a third to Davis. Almost slips on the ground, but keeps it. Daniel at the front court left, over to Bradshaw. Curtis Givens from the left wing, from the left corner. Too Strong and a foul call in front of the FAU bench. So he's staying on this side of the court as Curtis Givens going to the charity stripe. The third time a player in this game has gone to the charity stripe, second for Memphis. Been pretty clean game so far in regards to fouls and free throw, main plays off the free throw line. First one was Too Strong for Curtis Givens. Givens, the sophomore transfer from LSU, 50% from the free throw line. Second one is up and rolls in. Actually, we're getting one more. That'd be for 3. So 1 of 3 as of now. This last one coming in. He is 2 for 3, 33-27. Memphis back down by 6. Inbound baseline pass from Vanderpool over to Carlisle. Going from right to left, Carlisle. Front court left. Check that front court right over to Vanderpool at the right wing. Goes inside the lane. Jumper couldn't connect. Davis with the steal. McDaniel going the other way for Memphis. The front court right. Over to Davis. Rattles out Too Strong. Vanderpool going the other way for FAU. Carlisle at the top of the key. Back out to Vanderpool at the left wing. Screened by Logie. Elohim opens from the left corner and bullseye. He gets it in 36-27 with 2:24 remaining.
Before the hour is sitting at 9 points here, just over 2 minutes left in this first half.
And Abdul Hakeem, Too Strong from the right corner, trying to answer what FAU just did. Vanderpool over to Parker at the bottom of the baseline. Underhand lane, couldn't connect, but Logie trying to make things work for FAU, and a foul called on Davis. It should be a foul on Maxime Logie, so ball going the other way. Curtis Givens a third, providing the baseline pass on the red Florida on the baseline. Over the McDaniel back to Curtis Givens, the third. Moving from left to right. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Memphis has not made a field goal in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Davis ends that streak there. 36-29. Memphis still down by 7. Carlisle at the left eye of the Owl logo. Now at the left wing. Trying to find Parker at the right corner, but stolen away by McDaniel. Now Doug McDaniel for Memphis. Trying to find David. Trying to find Aaron Bradshaw in the vicinity. But Josiah Parker gets the foul. So he's covering Bradshaw. And Devin Williams comes in for Maxime Logie. For FAU has Aaron Bradshaw. As McDaniel providing the baseline pass for the Memphis Tigers on the right side of the court near us. Lob over to Bradshaw, guarded by Williams on the right side of the lane. Hardaway to McDaniel, back to Ashton Hardaway at the left wing, guarded by Parker. 8 on the shot clock. Great space back, couldn't connect. Elohim with a steal for FAU. Less than a minute remaining here in the first half. Elohim to Vanderpool at the front court left, guarded by Julius Thedford. Williams at the left side of the Owl logo. Vanderpool open from the left wing, couldn't connect. Gibbons a third with a run now for Memphis in the fast break.
And Memphis might work quick here, trying to get a 2-for-1. They have 9 seconds. Try and get that 2-for-1 opportunity at the end of this first half if they can.
An inbound pass from Doug McDaniel in front of the FAU bench. The 26 on the shot clock. Hardaway gets a screen for McDaniel. McDaniel goes around the perimeter. Back out to Bradshaw at the top of the corner, top of the key, gets the bucket in. 36-32 Tigers keep this game within 4. Shot clock turned off with 23 seconds remaining. The Owls looking to run this thing out. The timeout called by John Jacobs, the head coach for FAU.
Long call there by Coach Jacobs. Called the timeout. It's use it or lose it here at the end of the first half. And drop the play and look to build on a 4-point lead heading into the half.
FAU up by 4 with 21 seconds remaining in the first half, as they have not scored in the last 2 minutes 13 seconds.
Definitely not great here on FAU. You got to make sure you use these 21 seconds on the clock, or at least nearly all of it. Make sure you get a clean shot coming out of this timeout and go into half with some momentum. As this was a 9-point lead at its highest point for FAU. Down to 4, we'll see if they can get it back up a little bit.
We know John Jacobs would love to have the Owls end the half on the right foot, as they began the ball at the beginning of the second half because Memphis won the tip-off at the beginning of the game. So the Tigers got out their timeout. And the Tigers 5 reconvene on the court. Inbound pass from Williams to Carlisle at the front court right. 14 on the shot clock. And Carlisle taking his time. They're going to be using all the time they can have at their disposal. Carlisle over the front, over at the Vanderpool, stolen away by Fed for the fast break. Only one man to beat Carlisle. He gets the bucket in. That's how the Tigers end the first half. Down by 2. The FAU had a lead as large as 11 in the middle of the first half. But FAU now up only by 2. The Tigers with a really strong effort as the Owls couldn't get anything working from the last 2 minutes and 35 seconds. The Tigers end the half on a 7-0 scoring run. Leading the Tigers in scoring is Aaron Bradshaw with 15 coming off of the bench. But Bradshaw with 15 points as he was a starter for this game. But 4 players for FAU tied in scoring with 7. It's Devin Williams, Isaiah Elohim, Kenan Carlisle, and Devin Vanderpool.
And when we look at this game, Bradshaw already at 15 points. The average is 7.5. So it's a big double for the averages. A bunch of players at 7 points now. Devin Williams, Elohim, all at 7. Gotta like some of the points here in this first half. Momentum swings. Only down to a 2-point lead. It was as high as 9. But hopefully if they can go to the locker room and find those stretches again where they went on those runs. And play off this defense, which seemed like every time they were getting a block, they were going down and scoring, whether it be
FAU up 36-34 heading to the half. We'll be back within about 14 minutes for the start of the second half. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube.
The Owls lead by 36-4. And for FAU, it was a lot of defense and offense. Six of them in that first half. And for Memphis, Aaron Bradshaw, the former five-star, has 15 points today. And he's on fire for this Tigers team.
Yeah, Bradshaw and the Memphis Tigers are showing their depth right now. As I said, beginning in the second half, they have averaged 33.6 bench points, which is 28th in the nation. So they have a lot of depth on this roster, and particularly because their entire roster is new. They have no returning players. They only have one freshman, and that's Simon Bajak. But everyone else is from a different school. Doug McDaniel's also having a good game. He's from Kansas State. You just said Aaron Bradshaw. He came in from Ohio State. Abdul Hakim from UTRGV. So there are a lot of different players on the team that are playmakers from different schools. It's kind of like the beauty in the way of college sports, also the downfall of like how the transfer portal has been looking.
And for FAU coming out and start the second half, it'll be Xander Pintalon, Isaiah Elohim, Devin Williams, Devin Vanderpool, and Caden Carlisle. For Memphis, it will be Martin McDaniel, Zach Davis, and Martin Williams, Eric Randall, and Sana Bouhakim for the Tigers. Owls will get down the ball. Start this second half. We are back in action. And Boca Raton. And Carlisle ran up the ball, guarded by Hakim, and a foul called. Push.
Memphis foul call number 1, Talt Daniel. His first, team first.
Foul of the game. So Vanderpool inbounds. He gets it into Carlisle along the left side. Carlisle. This up to Pintalon up top. Back to Carlisle on the left side. Left wing. Carlisle dribbling in. He kicks out to Pintalon on the right side. He drives in, goes up off the glass. That's how you want to start the second half of the
Exactly. And Devin Williams, after that, he was just looking to the crowd, smiling and nodding. That's how he knew how good Pintalon was on that play and how that's what FAU needed to do to get into this game.
So Pintalon will shoot his N1 shot here to extend it. 4-point lead for FAU. Free throw up and good. Doug McDaniel is going to the ball for the Tigers. He drives it right, goes up fast and blocked by Devin Williams, the 7th block of the game for the Owls. In transition, Pintalon drives in, goes up and around. So Pintalon has the first 5 points of the second half for FAU. And it's like 41-34.
Bradshaw couldn't believe that penalty was called on him.
So Doug McDaniel brings up the ball. Passes it inside to Bradshaw. Back in Devin Williams. And a foul was called. Looks like it'll be on Devin Williams. Williams is
Foul call number 1, Williams is second. Team
second
first.
blocks. Memphis driving in. That is Davis. That is Bradshaw. Bradshaw pulls up, misses. Ball back. Vanderpool comes on with the transition. Bounce pass. Carlisle goes up left side. Davis hits the three. Enough Memphis' first points in the second half.
Davis for 2.
Vanderpool, guarded by McDaniel, top of the key. Switches to Zach Davis. Gets the ball to Pintalon for the 3. Cut out. Hardaway gets it in. Bradshaw, who goes up and 46-39 after 18 minutes. Carlisle. Vanderpool up to Pintalon, top of the key. 3. No good. Back iron. Ball loose on
Quarter foul, ball number 1, Evan Williams, his third, team second. Now substitution in the game for 77 next time.
That's Williams' third foul, so now he's in foul trouble. Now starting to stack up.
Defense.
Glad they're taking Williams out of the game.
Actually, Williams. Taken away by Piccolo. Outlet pass up to Liverpool. Overthrown
That's the great IQ of Devin Vanderpool. His dad, an assistant coach and former NBA player, the assistant coach right now for the Washington Wizards. He grew up with basketball. He knows how to play the game, and he did that perfectly in the fast break, running out of bounds. He knew to just hit the ball off the Memphis player, keep it on your side.
Along the left baseline, swings it corner to Elohim, who steps out of bounds in the corner, turning it over to Memphis. So Memphis getting the ball back here. And Zach Davis, the South Carolina transfer, ball up. Boston's half court. Earning by FAU. Davis has the side of the pass. In the corner to Daniel, who knocks
And if you're FAU, you cannot give Memphis those open opportunities to get the ball in.
Pintalone swings the corner, Elohim, baseline, Jay, no good. Rebound, Pintalone, he comes away with it, kicks out to Carlisle. Hayden Carlisle, forward pass to Pintalone, three is long. McDaniel comes away with it, he's off the line in transition. Floats it over to Harley along the left wing. Into Gadja, who's backing in Logan, swings it out to Zach Davis. Every time FAU gets some buckets going, Memphis claws back, and it's a 4-point game.
That's the resilience in Memphis that Penny Hardaway has instilled with this new team.
Vanderpool, top of the key. Backs out, picks it to Moretti along the left wing. Moretti back to Vanderpool. Vanderpool, top of the key, gets it out to Moretti, right side. Loose Logie comes away with it. Moretti now has it. Lackey sequence. And a fresh 20 again for FAU. Carlisle along the left wing. Bounce pass to hit the low for
Where else do you see a 6'11" forward shoot from behind the arc?
You don't see it often, but Pintalone does it very well. All season. Zach Davis works the point. Corner to McDaniel for three, no good. Rebound, Pintalone. Already transition stolen by McDaniel. McDaniel kicks the Hardaway along the right side. Over to Hakeem, goes up and around, no good. Rebound, Maxine Logan. Carlisle looking to slow it down. John Jenkins holding up his hands. Wanting to control the pace of this game. Carlisle drives in. Paint shot. It's a 9-point lead. 15 minutes left in the regulation. Hakeem along the right side. Bouncing pass to Hardaway. Hardaway backing in.
they have played defensively. Even though Memphis has not scored in the last 2 minutes, 29 seconds, defensively they look a lot better. They're applying a lot more pressure on FAU. Great FAU's been getting 4 points in this game, including that bucket that almost got in. So Memphis playing a lot better defensively, applying a lot more of that pressure to the Owls. We know that's what it takes to win. And for FAU, they just have to do is try and create space as much as they can against Memphis.
And what's going on here with Pitbull? He had 2 points in the first half, and he's up to 13 points now. So wait the second half already for Xander Pitbull.
I feel like Memphis is just, for FAU, you even mentioned this as well, how both teams have a lot of depth. I feel like Memphis just kind of overlooked Pentalon. Even in this last game, Pentalon had just 2 points in their game against UAB. So when scouting, they kind of overlooked Pentalon. But again, Pentalon, 6'11" forward, shooting behind the arc multiple times. So no one can prepare for that. So Pentalon going under the radar and implementing his size and his athleticism against Memphis. They have to, during this timeout, they have to have prepared for Pentalon.
So Devin Bid at the line for his first shot of 2. First one's good. Up 3 points. Looking for his 9th right here. Bench Poole, second shot up and good. 14-41 left in this one. Curtis Gibbons, third, bringing up the ball. 4. Memphis. Passes it to Ingram, the Rider transfer.
Florida foul called number 77, Maxine Logie. His first, third.
First foul, the team's third foul of the second half.
Tariq Ingram, shooting 2.
This is the Owls' largest lead, 12 points.
Transition outlet pass Moretti for 3. Oh, good. A foul was called on the floor away from the ball. Hit Malone into that card. Simple review.
They're going to be reviewing this play, I believe.
They could be reviewing this for flagrant. Not too sure. Didn't have the best view of how Pintalon went down. So refs checking the bottom.
A lot of stuff been happening during that play. Didn't get a chance to see what happened to Pentalon until the very end. But it looked as though someone from Memphis might have pushed him from behind. He kind of a little bit exaggerated, I guess, in which I sell the foul. But nonetheless, foul probably be called on Memphis. But they're going to try to see what was called on because Ray had the ball.
The foul was called on Sincere Parker. They are checking that to see if there was anything extra to it that they missed. We'll see how long it takes. We're going to stay right here. We got FAU up by 12 right now, 13:47 left. They've controlled this game, although it's been closer than you would think with FAU controlling it. They've gotten out to 9, 10-point leads multiple times, but every time so far, Memphis has been able to come in.
And it looked as though throughout this entire game, when we watched this game, it looks as though FAU is a better team, but the scoreboard says something different. So they were really good in the first half, up by 11, but then Memphis came back and scored a last-second point at the half.
So common foul has been confirmed by the refs.
fouls will have the ball.
Stay with FAU and just a common foul on Sincere Park. First, the team's fourth of this second. So the inbound for FAU. Nico Moretti under the hoop on the right side. Moretti passes it to Logan. Logan on the left side. Passes it to Carlisle. Carlisle very closely. Swings it to Vanderpool on the right wing. Out to pick alone. Three. No good back line. Rebound grabbed by Maxine Logan. Goes up.
Sincere Parker.
Carlisle on the Loga. Center court. Bounce pass to Moretti on the right side. Moretti. Dribble drive, kicks, corner for Vanderpool. Three left corner.
He's now the third Owl in scoring double digits today, along with Carlisle and Pintalon.
Foul way away from the hoop line. Maxine Logan is caught in the bad spot. Curtis Higgins has the ball.
Team 4.
Foul. That's Logan's second foul. Now Duncan Daniel will lead the inbound along the baseline in front. Not the baseline, the side of the court in front of the Memphis. Daniel bounce pass to Givens, right side. Givens, back to the end. Foul called.
Foul number 28.
Nico Moretti.
Nico Moretti, his first. Team 5.
His first foul of the game. Foul starting to slowly stack up for FAU in a couple more minutes. Offensive foul. Before the answer is made. And push up to
Offensive foul. Ball numbers 19. Tori Greenberg, his second. Team 5.
15-point hour lead. Vanderpool. Right side kicks out to Carlisle along the top of the key. Ball taken away by Doug McDaniel. Daniel drives in right side, goes up, he's fouled. So he'll shoot two.
Fourth foul, ball number 18. Carlisle, his second. Team 6. Doug McDaniel shooting 2.
McDaniel, in the last game against Rice, he was 7 for 7 from the free throw line. So continuing on his perfect record from the previous game heading into today. And he's not someone we want to see at the free throw line.
Sissoko checks in. No good. Rebound by Pintalon. Moretti, ball handler for FAU. Triple team. Kicks out Moretti to Vanderpool. To Sissoko. Kicks out, corner three. No good. Oh, he throws it out. Almost kept the perfect release. Oh, back Vanderpool. Up to Logie, wide open.
He almost
After this media timeout, 11:05 to go here in the second half.
Sincere Carpenter, shooting 2.
State transfer shoot. Seven fouls for FAU. Memphis shooting 1-1. Second free throw good.
Time for substitution. Abdul Hakim.
Martin checks out. And
Sincere Carpenter.
checks in. That advantage is off the ball for the Owls. Guarded by Bedford. Panther. Hit the long 4-3. No good. Whistle is underneath the hoop. And it looks like it's going to be a foul on Max.
And it looks,
Taken up underneath the hoop, struggling.
yeah, Julius Bedford looked like he hurt his ankle, has a hamstring.
hobbling off.
Yeah. He immediately, when he fell down, immediately called over to his bench. Hey, get him over here now. Get him over here. Get him
Hopefully
over here now.
Bedford's okay.
If they can't afford to lose Bedford, he averages 7.8 points per game.
He hobbles off on the side now. We'll see. Memphis brings out to the court.
He's grimacing in pain on the side of the bench, on the far side of the bench with the athletic staff, just rocking back and forth. He is in a lot of pain.
So Aaron Bradshaw, 1-1. Devin Ashton Hardaway checks in. Switching to the left side of the court. Greenberg loses the ball. FAU recovers now on Williams' hands along the left side. Greenberg swings around to Moretti on the right side. Right wing. Moretti driving in. Goes up. FAU leading 67-50. Goes right at Moretti, around to the right side, lays it in.
Vintalon was trying to go the ball high up to try and find Moretti, but Abdul Hakim used his length and size to tip the ball over. Hakim is one of 10 players on his Memphis roster for over 6'6".
And that's a timeout by FAU. Let's take cross the timeline, 9:30 to go. Second timeout used for FAU. And we're going to take a timeout.
at the bench right now for Memphis, I see that the player that got injured for Memphis, Julius Stedford, has a ice bag, I believe, or a brace on his on his right leg.
So Moretti, let's get it in. Moretti goes around, dumps it to Williams, who's fouled going up for the slam dunk. He'll be at the line for 2 shots. And for the Owls, although they have this lead, 9:24 to go. Still want to be aggressive at attack, because this lead by no means safe. We know Memphis has struggled at times this year, but this game's far from over.
Yeah, and from last season, beginning of this season, Memphis was projected to win their conference. They already won last year's conference tournament and the regular season title. However, losing all of your players, getting new ones takes a toll on you. They had a really tough non-conference schedule, and now are 7-7, 2-0 in the conference, but really have struggled this season. Far different team than what we saw at the beginning, at the end of last season.
Carlisle checks in for Sissoko. Williams hit his first free throw, second free throw misses back iron. Rebound by Ashley Hardaway. And Curtis Gibbons pulls it up to the left side. Over to Hakeem. Guarded closely by Josiah Parker. He bounce pass into Bradshaw, goes up right side. Thanks it.
Bradshaw.
Around 9 minutes left to play. Josiah Parker, ball right side, goes into the paint, spins around, front rim, no good.
Memphis is playing really sloppy basketball as of late.
Substitutions back into the game, number 2, Isaiah Elohim. For number 22, Kevin Batupour.
And Memphis making a couple changes too. Monte Berry, temple change becomes the
This is a coach's challenge and video review.
coach's challenge on the out-of-bounds play. So he must have seen something from his bench. They can take that FAU ball. We're going to stay right here throughout this challenge.
It looked kind of...
FAU up 14 points. What's FAU doing right now? They keep finding opportunities to score. And with 8:27 to go, 70 points is very good.
It is, especially against this Memphis team that, as I mentioned earlier, they, again, have an entirely new team, and they're not the same team that we've seen at the end of last season. The team that won the regular season and their conference tournament as well, and make it into the NBA, into the March Madness opening round. Penny Hardaway, Coach of the Year, reigning Coach of the Year in the conference. They already lost their top player, PJ Haggerty, who was a Player of the Year. So, entirely new team coming in, and this is not the same team. They're looking very different. They've been struggling to get in the game, play a tough non-conference schedule. Entering the conference, played 5-7, won their last 2, which is great, but still, at the same time, they're still trying to get well adjusted. That's one difficulty with college sports. Now everything's very much a turnover. Transfer portal, NIL, everything's becoming very new. We're a lot more turnover for teams. FAU, luckily they have 5 players returning. Still, Memphis, entirely new team. So FAU kind of capitalizing on that. First time these two teams have met each other this season. And just both teams scouting wise, I think you can see that it shows that FAU was really prepared against Memphis, while Memphis kind of wasn't. I mean, right now Pintalon is tied with Carlisle as the top scorer, beating Pintalon, who is 6'11". So a tall player like Kim shooting behind the arc and shooting well in this game. No one from Memphis was able to see him from that. Meanwhile, same goes for Memphis, where their depth too. Aaron Bradshaw, he wasn't on anyone's radar. It was Doug McDaniel, because he's the least team with 14.5 points. So the depth of these teams is very big, but I think it all winds down to how well you prepared entering this game. Memphis kind of adjusted at the beginning of the second half, playing more aggressive defense, but lately, just gone very sloppy. This season, they have 14.8 turnovers per game. First in the conference, 346 in the nation. Meanwhile, for FAU, 12.2 turnovers per game, 6th in the conference. Tied 194th in the nation. So Memphis playing very sloppy as of late, not only in this game, but in this season.
And they made this immediate timeout throughout this game. We don't have word yet on which way the ball will be going. Again, all on the floor. It's Memphis basketball, FAU challenge. And so it will have to be obvious and clear that it was out on Memphis.
Again, it was kind of close to us because we don't have the replay with us, but to me it looked a little bit close because in the fast break, there was a Memphis player, I believe it was Curtis Gibbons III, right in front of the out of bounds mark. So either the ball hit him, or maybe one of the FAU players was in the vicinity.
Coach's challenge was unsuccessful.
So coach's challenge unsuccessful for FAU. They lose the challenge, and it'll stay with Memphis. 8:27 left in this game at a 14-point hours lead.
And with the loss of that challenge, they also lose a timeout, which you don't want to do. Even though you're up by 14, you want to preserve your timeouts to where it's very critical. That's running the risk with the challenge. If it's good, great. If it's not good, you're going to lose a timeout, which could be very pivotal for you later as the game goes on. Again, someone up by 14, see how the pace of the game goes on, but that could end up biting them in the end, depending on how Memphis comes out of this timeout, which they're still in their huddle.
Long timeout here. It was a challenge originally that allowed teams to the benches, and then it was, they made this the immediate timeout, so there would be no under 8 timeout. This is the immediate timeout. And Memphis just finally coming out of the huddle for FAU on the floor. It's still already Carlisle, Melody, Williams, and Parker. For Memphis, Daniel, Davis.
And to me, it's wild how the first time these two teams met in a couple of years was during the first round of the March Madness, which led to FAU's magical Final Four run. And look how 2 years have spanned, how drastically these two programs have been. New head coach for FAU, the banners hanging up in the rafters at the alley, and Memphis just lost, have an entirely new team heading to this season.
Daniel, back to Hardaway on the right side. Swings it to Daniel up and around off Carlisle, no good. Rebound. Next. Aaron Bradshaw, great block by Devin Williams. Josiah Parker. Impressive by FAU, 6-13. Josiah Parker looking extended.
Yeah, what a season Josiah Parker is having, averaging 6.1 points per game in 15 games this season as a true freshman, highest recruit in FAU men's basketball program history, and the preseason American Freshman of the Year.
Free throw no good. Memphis transition out. Pass out on two. Zach Davison wins it in for easy two.
Zach Greenberg.
Berry. 6 minutes left. 15 game. Carlisle. Top of the key. He's up to the right side. Carlisle trying to create separation on Bradshaw. Pulls up from the elbow. 76-60. It seems like when Memphis gets a big bucket, FAU has responded in the second half. FAU forces a turnover.
And going back to what you said, that's what FAU as a team wants to do. Once Memphis gets something on the board, don't give them space to continue the momentum. Try and counter as best as you can to keep things going. Memphis making 6 of the last 8 free throws. Field goal.
Pulls it out and hands it to Carlisle on the left side. Over to Williams on the FAU logo. Guarded. Bradshaw almost lost it. Gets it back, passing it to Josiah Parker on the right side. Parker spins. Passes in. Taken away by Berry. Berry bounce pass in the jammer. Right side. 3. Corner from Berry. Knocks it down. 4:50 remaining. Carlisle. Up top. Passes to Parker. Over to Moretti. Right side. Moretti passes it to Williams. Goes up. No good. Too strong. Memphis comes away with it. Gibbons transition. Left side. Goes up. Around. And Bradshaw is the one that 76-65 FAU.
Even though they're up by solo by double digits, Memphis picking up speed. FAU has to respond now.
Parker almost loses it. Davis almost got it. 12 on the shot clock for FAU in the hand of Carlisle. 8 on the shot clock. Carlisle pull up 3. No good. Back iron. Rebound. Curtis Gibbons. Memphis transition. Gibbons passes out to Berry, who's hot. Straight away 3. No good. Too strong. Rebound by Gibbons. Left corner 3. Puts it up. FAU.
very sloppy in this game and not starting to find their groove, and that's what FAU needs to try to prevent. As we were saying, how it's like every time Memphis scored, FAU responded with. Like I said, FAU has to do that as a team. You cannot let Memphis gain momentum. Memphis on an 8-0 run now, in less than 90 seconds, they're letting momentum ride with them. So FAU coming out this time out, they're getting the ball. They have to score now.
So Ben down for FAU. Ben Carlisle.
And that's exactly why I say you gotta gain momentum, try to score as early as you can out of the timeout.
Back to an 8-point game. Memphis moving quick. Now by Parker. They'll send the ready to
Memphis
line.
foul, calling number 23, Sincere Parker.
Crucial that Nico knock this first one down. It's an 8-point lead, 3:11 left.
That is his fourth foul, team 8.
Ready. Front end of 1-1.
Nico already shooting the 1-1.
Ready. Second free throw, make it a 10-point lead. Ready. Talt. Smart move with some pace. There's a lot in there. Into the ball. Left side, this is goes left side. Off the glass, no good. Vanderpool comes away with it. Under the left. 10-point lead. Vanderpool slowing things up. Guarded by Derry. Step back three is up. Dagger. Now foul underneath the hoop.
Memphis foul, calling number 23, Sincere Parker.
That's his fifth foul.
His fifth foul, he is fouled out of the league.
And the fans here are all, student section's all waving goodbye to the Memphis bench as Sincere Parker is now out with only 3 points to show for it.
Parker's 15 checks out. 3 points on the deck.
Into the game for Memphis, number 2, Zach Davis. For number 3, Ashton Hardaway. Xander Pintalon at the line, shooting the 1-1.
Out on the floor. Sprinkle on the line for the front end. 1-1. Free throw. Out. Covered by Nico. FAU.
Memphis foul, following 0, nothing, Derry, just close. Team 10. Nico already shooting 2.
Reddy's first free throw. No good.
Memphis substitution into the game, number 11, Aaron Bradshaw. For number 12, William Wharton.
Ready, second free throw. First one was no good. Second free throw up and good. Now it's 81-70. pulls it back in the right corner. Left corner, rather. Mid-range shot. FAU. Under 2 minutes left. Davis goes in. Foul ball. He'll go to the line.
Goal to line foul, ball number 22, Devin Vanderpool, his second, team 10.
Memphis a chance here to knock down the points. Clock stop, which is crucial if they are going to
Zach Davis shooting 2.
come back. First free throw, perfect. It's 71. Takes that one off against Will. 11-point Owls lead. And refs make a quick whistle. And now FAU something down and gets it completely ready. The advantage for him crosses the timeline. Attacks, floats it out! Now was raised again. Gets it out to Vanderpool. 7 on the shot clock. A minute on the game clock. Vanderpool, pull up. No good. Nobody was there. And Carlisle hustled over that.
Memphis ball.
FAU, 13-point lead, under a minute. Now they'll start to feel it.
Crowd noise coming back from here from Memphis, so that's one of the beauties of the alley. Only has about 2,300 capacity, much smaller than other Division I arenas, but that's how small the arena is, more noise echoing.
Good.
Good. Foul ball. Number 22, Devin Vanderpool.
Foul was called on Devin Vanderpool. Memphis at the line. One shot, and that's one goaltender. That's good. Wild pass out of bounds. Waiting for the signal. Staying with FAU.
Memphis ball.
Memphis ball, rather. Memphis gets it in. To Bradshaw, who passes to McDaniel. McDaniel. Passes to Bradshaw, who goes up. Swings it around to Berry for 3. Corner 3 is good. 8-point game. 38 seconds left.
Timeout. Memphis.
And Memphis just doesn't go away.
Full timeout.
Full timeout by Memphis, trying to go over this and get the ball back. FAU will be inbounding it off of the 3 from Quante Berry. We're going to take a quick break here on FAU Owl Radio. Owls lead 85-71 Vanderpool. The inbound. Gets the ball in the Carlisle. He's double teamed in the corner. Memphis has him stuck there. And a timeout. Last one. Used for FAU. No more after this.
Full time.
Just like having because he's saying click on both of our mics, or if you're being loud on my mic, so I just put the mic between them. You just do it that way.
Let me. Stay right here for this timeout. That's FAU. Leading by 8. Has to get the ball in. No more timeouts left.
Memphis is very smart, trying to get as many penalties many fouls as you can to keep the clock from running. Because that's the one thing they have to do. They really can't control anything else except for the game, how fast the game clock is going. Even though you're down by 7, still trying to keep FAU from getting the ball and running around the court and ending the clock. They have to keep Memphis trying to play time management.
First free throw from Mello here. Up to 8. Second free throw all the way from Mello. Knocks down the paint. 9 regulation. Givens. Side goes up high up the press. No good. Vanderpool has it. So with Carlisle, see if Memphis fails here. We get it to him already.
Tigers foul going to Zach Davis.
Fouls on Zach Davis. Already going on for 14.7 shots. Shot clock is started.
Shooting 2.
The Owls can smell it up top. Free throw. Ready, second free throw. Quick ball through the Daniel. That's this is blocked. And Elohim comes away with it. Almost stolen. Crosses the timeline.
Great way to start the second year of Jacobs' tenure as the FAU men's basketball head coach. And I was thinking back to what Jacobs said at the beginning at Media Day in mid-October, how their goal was to score 90-plus points. Previous season scored 80-plus, trying to score 90-plus. Their first victory in conference play, 110-70. And now in this victory, just shy of 90. This is how FAU is going to win games, play aggressive as a team. Have the players at your disposal, those big playmakers like Williams, like Elohim, like Vanderpool, like Pintalon, and develop them enough to where if you create a play style around them where you can compete in your conference. And right now, 3-1, they're going to improve now as they defeated Memphis, who were undefeated in conference play heading into this game. So, really impressive victory for FAU, having the fact that both having this game being just shy of 90 points of what they wanted. That's the recipe for success in the American, which is a very competitive and very deep conference. Get those 90-plus games, you're going to win those games.
So that'll do it here from FAU Radio. We apologize. We were having mic issues today. Shouldn't happen again. We were working with a couple backup headsets. For now, that'll be it on FAU Radio for today.